Hello, you're listening to Count Richard von Coudenhove kalergi. Today is Friday, the 19th of October, and here are just a couple of comments. Starting, unfortunately, yet again with that canary in the coal mine, Sweden. Sweden's largest outdoor Christmas concert, Oh Holy Night, which traditionally airs on Christmas Eve, has been cancelled. Was it in order not to offend the migrants who don't hold Christian values, or financial reasons? I'll let you decide. This from a country that no longer allows the Swedish flag to be waved at school graduations, and from a country that has the head of the Swedish National Heritage Department, a Pakistani Muslim called Qasir Mahmood. In research recently in Sweden, blames migration as the cause of Sweden having the lowest GDP growth per capita in the entire EU. This follows an updated forecast from the IMF, which said that this is being a continuation of last year's trend when Sweden ranked second worst. I also noticed that this week in Sweden that the police have decided to offer an amnesty for hand grenades running from the 16th of October to the 11th of January. Imagine that, a country in Europe having to hold an amnesty for hand grenades. More from that exile tosser Bono, who's at it again, this time during a speech in Brussels last Wednesday. Bono called on the President of the European Parliament, Antonio Tajani, to encourage closer partnership with African nations and, quote, "We should sit down across the table with our African partners as equals and take over the world. People fear the rise of nationalism, but I am excited about internationalism. How about that? I think it's time we start a hashtag ban Bono from Ireland." The only good thing to come out of this meeting was a picture of him standing beside Tipperary man Phil Hogan, which showed how really small he actually is, even in high heels. And in a concert later on in the week in Italy, he mocked Matteo Salvini and said that political parties that criticise mass migration originate from Satan. Now, in domestic issues, since the overturning of a deportation order by Charlie Flanagan last week, two new copycat cases have emerged. One involving a Chinese boy of 9 whose mother entered this country illegally 11 years ago and is now to be deported. If the situation was reversed, what do you think the Chinese authorities would do? And today, DCU students are campaigning to prevent the deportation of Shepherd Machia back to Zimbabwe next Sunday, October the 21st. He's been living in direct provision for 9 years, and he's in his 30s and is a second-year student in DCU College, and is attending a course which was paid for by the college under a sanctuary scheme. I'm surprised at the level of the fact that they're trying to overturn the rule of law by non-democratic means. I find it extraordinary, and I'm reminded of a quote I heard that in a democracy we always had to worry about the ignorance of the uneducated. Now we have to worry about the ignorance of the college educated. I think that's very true. And in an interview with Pat Kenny recently, Minister Owen Murphy admitted that a third of all people in emergency accommodation in hotels are non-EU citizens and have no rights to housing in Ireland. So instead of actually deporting them, he wants to put them on a housing list. What kind of nonsense is this, with the amount of people that are struggling to find homes? And I noticed that Imam Ibrahim Noonan has posted on his Twitter page a photo of a school visit to his mosque in Galway. This is the second time it has happened in a month. I wonder, would the people who are happy to send their children to this mosque, would they still be happy if they saw a tweet that was put up on Twitter in July by Mr. Noonan that said that some 12 and 14-year-old girls are mentally and physically able to get married? I wonder if parents had objections to their children attending the mosque, would that be okay? And I wonder, is Mr. Noonan planning to bring Muslim children to either a Christian church or a Catholic church. Now, there are a couple of my thoughts. I notice I have a couple of new subscribers this week, so thanks very much for subscribing. Welcome on board, and my thoughts are my own. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.